Hey, y'all, it's fall. You see this color? This is my fall color. I have about 4 things in my closet that are fall, so you may be seeing a lot of this in the near future because the leaves are turning. And you see this brochure I've got? It's got fall colors. You know what that means? Georgia Mountain Fall Festival, Hiawassee, Georgia, October 10th through 18th. And the carnival, the music, the crafts, the different events to handle. And we've got craft vendors, Pioneer Village, Old Ways demonstrations. I love that. I love the Old Ways demonstrations. Food vendors, exhibit halls, and you've seen the exhibit halls because we showed them on the special we did that you can still watch the whole special on YouTube. Music is going to be Neil McCoy, Ronnie McDowell, Chase Rice, Josh Turner, Trace Atkins, Southbound, the Martins, and High Road, Ricky Skaggs, and Kentucky Thunder. There's going to be a lot going on at the Georgia Mountain Fall Festival, Hiawassee, Georgia. Now, let me tell you, there's a little thing on YouTube that you can watch about this. And a lady who wrote a book about it is doing the, she talks about it and shows you old-timey pictures. Do you know that when the Fall Festival and the Georgia Mountain Fair first happened, first became to be, they were in a tent. Now, they have grown from a tent. And their first real professional entertainer was Conway Twitty. And they paid him $1,500. That's a lot of money for way back then. But today they pay some of their artists up to $75,000. So you get good entertainment, you get a good value, and your family gets to have a good time. But I'm going to convince you that you should get, I don't know if I want you to go buy a real motorhome or if you just buy a pop-up one. I don't know what you should go buy. Do what your budget will allow. But go up and camp at the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds. It is so nice. It is so pleasant. It's right on the banks of the Lake Chattooga, which is absolutely beautiful. And it's near Hamilton Gardens. So take you some walking shoes because Hamilton Gardens has this beautiful walkway. It's not a walkway, it's a path. And it's got all this, what do you call that stuff, that you put in the yard, mulch. And you just walk down and you walk down, you go this way and you go this way and you go this way, and you end up at the lake. And you can sit down there on benches and you can watch people like me go by in a boat, or you can watch people on jet skis, or you can just sit and relax. You can watch people pulling fish out of that lake, but it is a beautiful place to just relax. Take a breath, relax. It is so cool, and it is absolutely stunning in the spring. That's when the rhododendron bloom, and they have over 900 of them, and it's absolutely gorgeous. But in the fall, I'm a fall girl. I like fall temperatures. I like fall weather, all except the ragweed. And y'all noticed in the last couple of weeks, the ragweed has about beat me to death. So, but again, the Georgia Mountain Fall Festival, Hiawassee, Georgia, October 10th through 18th. Tickets, kids 12 and under, free admission for the fair, and then fair admission is $7. And you get to do the arts exhibits. There are food vendors there. There's all kinds of great stuff, and get tickets for the concerts that you want to see. The carnival rides, there's going to be an unlimited wristband day, and that is going to be Friday. And it's $25 for a wristband. Saturday it's $30 for a wristband, and Sunday $30. That means those kids can ride and ride and ride. So make plans to attend. Now think about it. This is their 75th year. They started in a tent. You're not going to be in a tent when you visit them now. But go and be part of. And again, my concert I would want to see Ronnie McDowell and Neil McCoy. I think that would be a great one. And Josh Turner, I think that would be a great one. And Ricky Skaggs and Kentucky Thunder, that would be a great one. So some great music. But guess what's happening there this weekend? Oh my goodness, Daly and Vincent and the 3-day event. And if you don't have tickets for it, there are still a few available. Pick up the phone and call the Georgia Mountain Fairgrounds and get yourself a ticket. Now, let's talk about history. History. See this? Ellijay Telephone Company. The history of this company is amazing. In the last 3 weeks, I have a house listed over on Lake Lanier where ETC doesn't have service. And can I just say that I have had 3 weeks of living with the devil nearly to get service over there and to get it on and to keep it on. It has been a nightmare. It's because ETC's not there. Do you know how simple it is to get ETC service? Do you know when you call here at 706-253-2271, you talk to people that sound like me. When you call technical support 24/7, you talk to somebody who sounds like me and they walk you right through your problem. In the last 3 weeks, y'all, I've nearly had a nervous breakdown over this. Can't keep Wi-Fi going over at Lake Lanier because the company we deal with does not have, they have very limited local people that you can ever talk to. Everybody I've talked to was eating rice out of a bowl, if you get my drift. It has been a disaster, and it's just about worn me down. And this morning, right before I walked out here, I got another call that the service is down again, and I am like, are you kidding me? So if you have ETC, thank the good Lord for it, because this is a local company that's been in business over 115 years. There are going to be some changes made in the near future. We're going to do some streaming, going to do things a little bit differently. But I'm telling you, you pick up the phone and you call here, 706-253-2271, and they sound like me. And they do what you need. And then if you have engineering problems, you call me and I'll get you in touch with the engineer. It's crazy that everybody is outsourcing to foreign countries. I get it. Because people work cheaper than my crew does. Don't y'all laugh, because they don't. The crew's going to laugh. But, you know, they don't work for $1 a day and a bowl of rice, although some days they feel like they do. They work for Kentucky Fried Chicken. But we honestly, it's crazy when American companies outsource. We want to bring work here. So we need to get all you companies that are taking our money to work here, work in the United States of America. Isn't it a great place to be? But honestly, this thing over there has tested my patience. I've said some mean, evil things in the last 3 weeks. I have probably made some service people think, boy, she's mean, but I'm not mean. We just need the service, darn it. And it's been a problem. And they'll come out there and get it all hooked up, and then they'll say, oh, well, it's not here, it's in the area. It's not this home, it's in the area. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So be thankful for local anything you have. And as a reminder, for over 60 years, we had this company in Jasper, Georgia. Love Lawson Chevrolet, love the Lawson family. Today, still driving a black Suburban, I still love those old, tried and true. And you know, everything used to be made in America. And when you look back, I was looking the other day, and I was looking at 55 Chevys, 57 Chevys, and thinking about Lawson Chevrolet established 1926. That will mean right next year, that would be 100 years that we know about Lawson Chevrolet, and it was such a great, great company. And it now is a different company, and somebody bought it. But those years of great service, great people, and the Lawson family, if you know a local business that is still owned and operated locally, do business with them. Let me tell you, somebody here in Ball Ground, I'm not Ball Ground this morning, I'm in Ellijay. Somebody here in Ellijay, Williams Tire just celebrated 70 years. They had food, they had snacks, they had games, they had all kinds of treats, and they were saying welcome and thank you to the community. If you've been here 70 years successfully in business, you're doing something right. That's what it means to be in business and to last. Do it right. Do it right. And we're looking for a few good restaurants to come to Ball Ground, Georgia. And if you own a great successful restaurant and you'd like to locate to Ball Ground, Georgia, pick up the phone and call me and I'll hook you up, because we've got 2 buildings looking for a very unique, very good, good menu, good folks something to go in a historical building. So pick up the phone and call me, and let's see what we can work out. It's amazing to me that the opportunity is finally arising in Ball Ground, because we are growing. We are growing, actually, I guess by leaps and bounds, because we're growing to a point everybody can walk to town now. Everybody can leave their cars at home. A lot of homes are within walking distance, but when they walk to town, everybody wants to know that they can get something to eat. So we need a couple more restaurants. We've got some good ones, but we need a few more, and we are going to grow. And that's part of, I guess that's part of success. The mayor says, if you don't grow, you die. So I guess that's part of success. Speaking of downtown Ball Ground, there's going to be a rock sale out of the Rock Man's building in a week or so, and I'll give you more details about that, because I know a lot of folks came down last year when they had that. And today, you're going to get to see what I've been up to. I've been up to no good. No, actually. I took a day and a half off, y'all. A day and a half. A whole day and a half. Wow. It's fall break, so I thought, well, I'll go up to the mountains where fall folks go, and went to Lake Chateaugue. Thank you to Lake Chateaugue Marina. What a great day. What a great trip. Got to view 7,000 acres of Lake Chateaugue. Went around the shoreline, looked at all the houses, and we're going to play y'all some videos. One's pretty funny, because while I was up there, I'm thinking to myself, heck, fire, I'd love to be up here selling these lake houses. There's a bunch of lake houses on Lake Chateaugue, and they go from the little tiniest house to the big mansion houses. And I just was riding back in that boat, looking around and thinking, this is a pretty nice place to hang out. So if you haven't been to Hiwassee, if you haven't been to Lake Chateaugue, if you have a boat, take your own boat. If you don't, Lake Chateaugue Marina rents boats. And that's a pretty cool idea, because you don't have to maintain it. You don't have to worry about where to store it over the winter. You just rent it from them for the day, and you have a great time. So make plans to do that. Have we got some pictures ready we can share right now that are of my crazy weekend? Not yet, but we've got some video ready. Have we got some video? Not yet. We've got technical difficulties. We'll get it done in a minute. It's, doing live TV is very interesting. And I've said a million times I have to fly by the seat of my pants, and yes, I do. And today is one of those days. The road I normally come up was shut down because they're replacing a water valve, and so the road was shut down. I had to go the route that I don't like, because it's also under construction. And I'm like, are you kidding me? That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes. I want to remind y'all, as you get to watch me out in the boat having a good time, you're going to get to see a video, because Tracy's going to put something together with some of the Mountain Man's music. And this is The Mountain Life by Mr. Ellijay. And that's kind of one of the reasons I wanted to get so much footage. I wanted something that he could just take y'all on a boat ride. So, okay, Georgia. Oh my gosh, what are we doing here? The Marble Festival is coming October the 4th and 5th to Jasper, Georgia. And we want you to come. Over 45 years of folks coming and enjoying downtown Jasper, Georgia. The Marble Quarry tours are still one of the most popular things that people come for. And although the Marble Quarry is not doing the volume it used to and doesn't have near the many employees as it did, it is still open for business. You still see marble coming out of there that goes all over the nation, and I think even internationally. So it's crazy, but those mines have provided jobs for over 100 years too. So we look back at longevity. Yeah, there's a little bit going on there. And again, come to Jasper on October the 4th and 5th, and that is going to be at Lee Newton Park, where it's always been. Now this is my buddies as we gathered and we prayed on the courthouse steps. And I was thinking about this all weekend, because we had a very, very interesting experience there. People from everywhere came, and they gathered and they prayed and they sang and they talked and they shared, and tears were shed and memories were made. And it's one of those things, it's not something that normally we would do on a homecoming Friday night football game night, but it happened because we were honoring Charlie Kirk. And I was looking back at this and I was thinking about how many people were affected. They said the day of his service, that the way they keep up with who's in the area, 277,000 people showed up in Arizona, and they know that because they ping their phones, and that's how they keep up with the number of people there. 100,000 were in the building, and then more outside, 277,000. We had a good group show up in Jasper. This is kind of an impromptu thing. They just said, okay, let's do this. Let's get together and let's pray. And that's what this nation has been doing. So if we think that losing Charlie Kirk was bad, and it was horrible, look at the revitalizing of the Spirit of God in America today. I mean, it's like this was, it was amazing. And there we go, as people were gathering and joining. This was early on. It lasted till 8 o'clock. And just people kept coming and coming. And it was just a wonderful group to get together and to honor Charlie Kirk and his memory. And it's just one of those things. Shouldn't have happened. We certainly didn't want it to happen, but we have seen something happen in America that is maybe a little late coming, but it came as Charlie left this world. And we're going to show a little bit of his wife as she spoke. We're going to share a little bit of that with you. And that's fall flowers and colors. That's what got me in the mood to get out this orange thing today, because it's time. And that's my treat to the boys, because Trace loves KFC. I can tell you, on the way to Lake Chatuge, you can stop and pick up a bucket of chicken, 3 sides, 6 biscuits, and you can make it last 2.5 days. I can tell you it's the truth, because we did it. So there you go. And this is beautiful Hamilton Gardens. If you want to have a reception, if you want to have a bridal shower there, if you want to have any kind of event that would seat, I think it seats about 80 or 100 people, they can make it work. It can be as fancy as you want or as simple as you want. Now this is how I painfully struggled through a day and a half, and boy was it wonderful. It was wonderful. A lot of people go to Florida, a lot of people take those long drives and trips, but no, give me a short trip to Hiawassee and I'm just happy as you can ever be. And it is one of those things, it is, you see North Carolina mountains and you see Georgia mountains. So it's just beautiful. And if you have not had an opportunity, and guys, if you've got a boat, before you put your boat up for the season, get your mom and daddy and take them up there and take them around and just take a boat ride. Just take a boat ride. There's nothing, it's so calming. It's just so calming, and enjoyed every single minute of it. It was awesome. Absolutely awesome. So check that out, and we will, I guarantee you will relax. Now that's one of the big nice homes at the lake. And I said it wouldn't be bad to be a realtor up there, because there's a lot of folks looking for lakefront property. The sad thing is there aren't a lot available. That is the sweetest guy, Ellijay Phillips. He's a realtor, but his parents own Lake Chatuge Marina, and they were so good to us. And thank you to Lake Chatuge and to Ellijay and his dad, and thank you. Had a great time. Now there's your little house on the lake. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. And one of the few things that I thought was so interesting, because I'm going to hopefully get Ellijay to come on and tell one day about the story about how this lake was created. Now that's the walk that you do around Hamilton Gardens, and that's the bottom layer. You just do it kind of in layers, and you go up and down that hill, and that is the end, and that's down by the lake, and it's just beautiful. It's so pretty, and such a nice way to spend a morning or an afternoon. And you could go up there and take yourself a picnic and just sit down with your family and enjoy it. And there's, as you see from Hamilton Gardens, you're right there at the lake. It's just beautiful. And you just go in if you want to make a donation to them. They have a little donation box, and just enjoy a walk around the lake. It's so pretty. Now I was hoping the mountains would be a little bit clearer. It was a little bit hazy. But just a beautiful weekend. The temperatures were great, and there's a little pavilion there where you could stand there. And I said maybe that's for if you want to take a family photo of the lake in the background. It's just a neat place, and that's at the bottom of Hamilton Gardens. So, and there's Lake Chautauqua Marina, and thank you again to them, and had a really good time. I was worried I'd get sunburned, and I didn't get any sun. I don't know how that happened because I was out there 4 hours, but anyway, it was fun. Had a great time, and I would love to have a boat, but no, I don't want to keep up with it. I'd rather rent one. Okay, now, challenge this fall, while y'all are out riding around and gawking and going and looking, check out some older cemeteries. Check out the older churches that have made it, some of them almost 200 years. Think about it. Some of these churches started in little bitty shacks, but look at these cemeteries, 1830. That's when this lady was born. And look at that beautiful monument, hand carved. Isn't that beautiful? And then this one, 1841. And all those little flowers and leaves on there. Somebody hand carved that. That is so pretty. And this is I can't remember the name of the church, but it's a cemetery about 5-7 minutes outside Hiwassee, and just a beautiful spot. And that's the only Martin I found in that cemetery. Hassey Turpin Martin. And I thought, how interesting, but that was the only Martin I found there. You never know what you're going to run into in a cemetery, but that was my favorite piece. That was from somebody's mother, and I can't remember her name, but that was so beautiful. And I just thought about the person who hand carved that. Isn't that beautiful? So if you're getting out, go to Hamilton Gardens. You just pull up there and park. You can walk the path, and it's a pretty long path, and it goes up and down, kind of vertical, but it's really neat. It's vertical and then goes horizontal, so you've got some paths up and some paths down. But there's where you can have events. So if you want to plan a shower, a wedding, anything like that, Hamilton Gardens is the place to do it. It's outside. It has that beautiful view of the mountains for photography, so it's really pretty. And I can't wait till the fall colors come there, because it's beautiful now. But boy, when the colors change, it's going to be something else. So, and it's from here. It's less than an hour from Ellijay. So if you're watching this from Ellijay, and if you're watching from Blue Ridge now, there's our representative, Rick Jasper, says he's honoring a sweet lady who celebrated a very special birthday. And after he saw her, he visited with somebody else. That it's so crazy. I had passed by her house the other day, and I thought, I wonder where she is. And then I'll be darned if she didn't pop up in a picture. And I said, well, now I know where she is. When we think about our birthdays, every year you say, oh, I got a year older. What if you were 103? Happy birthday, 103. Is that not crazy? And how sweet to honor this special lady as she, they gave her awards, and they talked about her history, and I believe she was military. And that precious lady I have known forever and ever and ever. Ever and ever. So thank you, Rick, for doing that and for sharing those. That was really sweet. Now this was the crowd that said thank you and said God bless you, Charlie Kirk. What a crowd. What a crowd. And it had the richest man in the world was there, and then everybody in the presidential cabinet was there. It was really something. And we're going to do a commercial break, and then we're going to share something with you. So we're going to go ahead and take a commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to share a little bit of what the world is still talking about today.
Whether you're in the mood for chicken strips, a delicious burger, our classic banana split, or an upside-down thick blizzard treat, we've got you covered. Hot and fresh food every day, every time. And delicious DQ soft serve make the perfect pair at your favorite place. Not fast food, Fan food fast. Your Blue Ridge, Ellijay, and Jasper Dairy Queens are your meet, eat, and treat headquarters.
Thank you for choosing DQ. How may I serve you?
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We can't play about our future or our finances. Make moves, set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up, stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Free game to greater things. This is pre-retirement.
Smoky Mountain memories about my home in Tennessee. Memories keep calling me home.
Whether you're swimming in the sea, or splashing in the pool, making a masterpiece, or just making memories, writing a great American novel, or writing your term paper that's due tomorrow. Whatever you do in life, Farmers is here to protect it. For all your insurance needs, call Donald Curtis in Blue Ridge.
Take a bath and go to bed, 'cause I'm so tired.
Now, I hope every single one of y'all is just relaxed. I'm never relaxed, and I'm never not tense about something and stressing about something and worrying about something. But you just saw what it takes to make me relax. And it's just a little boat ride. It's very simple. I just got on the boat and I just relaxed. And what beautiful mountains. And so, from the scenery that you just saw, we're going to take you to my very, very favorite Mr. Ellijay song. It's called The Mountain Life. Now, we have a little problem. There's nothing in this song that says anything about Lake Chattooga because it didn't rhyme, but you will hear Lake Notley, which is also just down the road. Lake Notley doesn't have near enough water in it this time of year, so it's a little bit different than Lake Chattooga. But this weekend would be the perfect time for you and your family to rent a boat and go out. And if you've got a boat, load your granny up, load your mama up, load your folks up, and go take a boat ride. There is nothing any more relaxing. So now let's go to the song that made all of this happen, because the mountain life got everybody to studying about. Let's come visit these mountains. Here we go.
Misty mountain, rainbow sky, a faraway look in your eye. Tell me, have you had enough? Traffic jams and city stuff. Don't you think it's time to go where black bears climb and waters flow? Hummingbirds out on the deck, propped up, and what the heck? You'll love how we live here in these mountains. Everything is gonna be alright, and we all wave hello here in these mountains. Good, we sleep well at night. It's all right, the mountain life. Load 'em up and head this way to the bright red Georgia clay. From Notley down to Carter's Lake, all the memories to make. So much here for all to see, a land that is so dear to me. Welcome home to all your dreams, hot rod Fords and crystal streams. Now you'll love how we live here in these mountains. Everything is gonna be alright. We all wave hello here in these mountains. Life is good, we sleep well at night, and it's all right, the mountain life. It's all right, the mountain life. Y'all come by and see us anytime you can.
Lordy me, I love that song. And if you want a copy of The Mountain Life, either chase Dwight down, or he's supposed to take some over to Napa, but I don't know if they've got them right now. So pick up the phone and call me. I'll make sure you get one. This has all original music by your buddy, your friend, your crazy school bus driver, Mr. Dwight Sanford, or as everybody knows him now, Mr. Ellijay. My favorite on there is definitely Mountain Life. It's a great song. And he wrote it because he loves this place. We're going to take you to something now that I think we all need to see. In this world today, we have people who are, I don't know exactly how the emotions are running. Either we're feeling very, very sad because of the loss of Charlie Kirk, or we're feeling very, very happy because of the revitalization of Jesus' people coming together. And if you didn't watch the whole thing, because it was long, it was 5 hours long, we're going to show you a little excerpt, because the most important thing that came from Charlie Kirk's death was one sentence from his widow. So I want you to sit back and I want you to watch. I became a widow at 50 years old, and I can tell you what it was like to go home after laying my husband to rest. It was horrible. I hated every second of it. I was mad. I was angry. I didn't understand God. Nobody in his family had ever had cancer. Nobody had ever died that young. What in the world was I doing left a widow at that age? What in the world was God thinking? God's plan is perfect. And we know that from Charlie's death, we have seen so many people who say now, I will represent, I will be Charlie Kirk. I will spread the word of the gospel. We're seeing it everywhere, and it is something that I don't know that we ever thought would happen in America, but it is happening, and it's because of the loss of a very, very special young man. And now I want you to listen to just a few minutes of his widow as she described what happened in her heart after her husband's passing.
In our home, because Charlie traveled a lot, we tried to travel with him where we could. But I made sure that when Charlie returned from work, it was his sacred landing place, away from the worries of the world. I didn't make him feel guilty for being away too long or too much, or getting home too late. I always told him, home is here for you, and it'll be ready for you. And I made it into this place where he wanted to be as soon as possible when he was on the road. There was no keeping score between us. We were a team, working together for the same mission. I never wanted to be the one standing between Charlie and the task that God prepared for him, had set for him. And I knew Charlie would always do his best to help me with the same. My marriage with Charlie was the best thing that ever happened to me. And I know it was the best thing that ever happened to him as well. He wanted everyone to experience that joy. And that's what's so beautiful about God's design for marriage, is that everyone can. And I could talk endlessly about it, and years to come I will. But Charlie's mission above all was aimed directly at those who aren't married. He named his organization well. He knew things were not right with America, and especially with young people, and they needed a new direction. Charlie passionately wanted to reach and save the lost boys of the West. The young men who feel like they have no direction, no purpose, no faith, and no reason to live. The men wasting their lives on distractions, and the men consumed with resentment, anger, and hate. Charlie wanted to help them. He wanted them to have a home with Turning Point USA. And when he went onto campus, he was looking to show them a better path. and a better life that was right there for the taking. He wanted to show them that. My husband, Charlie, he wanted to save young men just like the one who took his life. That young man, on the cross, our Savior said, "Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do." That man, that young man, I forgive him. I forgive him because it was what Christ did and is what Charlie would do. The answer to hate is not hate. The answer we know from the gospel is love, and always love. Love for our enemies and love for those who persecute us. The world needs Turning Point USA. It needs a group that will point young people away from the path of misery and sin. It needs something that will lead people away from hell in this world and in the next. It needs young people pointed in the direction of truth and beauty. And so I promise you today, every part of our work will become greater. I am tremendously honored to be the new CEO of Turning Point USA. I do not take that lightly. Charlie and I were united in purpose. His passion was my passion, and now his mission is my mission. Everything that Turning Point USA built through Charlie's vision and hard work, we will make 10 times greater through the power of his memory. Chapters will grow, thousands of new ones will be created. TP USA Faith will add thousands of new pastors and congregations. And yes, campus events will continue, and we will continue to hold debates and dialogue.
Wow. Okay, Fannin County has a new Turning Point USA. They have started a chapter, and I believe the number was 900 people who attended the first meeting. That is incredible. That is incredible, because this is just all brand new for our area. But at this time in the world, 120,000 people have requested to start chapters of Turning Point USA. Do you know what Charlie Kirk's death did for America? It brought us to a place we have not been before. We have had Billy Graham revivals. We have had all kinds of pastors out there with tent revivals. We have had some revival. We have never seen anything like the country is witnessing today. And did it have to happen the way it happened? It was God's perfect plan. I cannot imagine what that young lady and her children will be facing, but I can tell you from the strength I see in her, it's going to be amazing. I think her legacy will be more than her husband ever dreamed of, because she is not going to fail. She is not going to let go. She is not going to quit praising God through all of this. We have all lost somebody that we said, God, why did you let this happen? You know, I've asked a million times, when my daughter ended her life, God, why didn't you stop the bullet? It was in His time. It's His time. There's nothing we can do to change any of that. I passed by an intersection the other day, and it's where a young lady lost her life. And every time I go through there, I think about her. She was beautiful. She was precious. She lived in Fannin County, and she was 17 years old. And I think about that and what her parents went through. And I understand it is His plan. We don't know why. We don't know what else could have happened. But it is His plan, and it's His perfect plan. So we're going to share some gospel music with you today. I think it's time that we get back to the music and the songs that make us feel good, that make us know that there is a resting place. And when Erika Kirk had spoken earlier, she said she went into the room after her husband was fatally shot, and she dealt with that. I can tell you, I cannot even imagine doing what she did and the strength she had. But she said as she saw her husband in his lifeless body, there was just a smile on his face. And she said, I know that smile was because it was the moment he met Jesus. We have a choice. Do you want to meet Jesus, or do you want to go the other direction? The other direction is not something I recommend. So we're going to share some gospel music with you, as only Dwight Sanford could do it. We're going to share a little bit of music that I hope will encourage you, lift your spirits. Talk to your kids, talk to your grandkids, and tell them there's an opportunity to take the right path, and there's an opportunity to take the wrong path. Charlie Kirk chose the right path, and he went 100 miles an hour into the direction of saving souls. When they pinged those 277,000 phones that were right there in that area to honor this young man of 31 years old, whose life was cut short, I said right there, that moment, there is going to be, it's not going to be just a turning point. It's going to be a twisting the earth on its axis like it's never been before. It's going to be amazing. So we're going to go now to some gospel music. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy.
I was standing by my window on a cold and cloudy day when I saw that hearse come rolling, Lord, to carry my mother away. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Well, I told that undertaker, please drive slow, for this lady that you're hauling, Lord, I hate to see her go. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home away
Oh, what a great song. I love that song. Oh, it's been a good day, y'all. It's been a good day to thank the Lord for people like Charlie Kirk, and I've said it a million times in the last 5 days. Be a Charlie Kirk. Be a promise to somebody. Be a hope for somebody. Be somebody who can enlighten and help those who need help. You can do it. We can all do it. The circle was not broken. When he died, the circle just grew and grew and grew and grew. So last night, I'm so excited. Cherokee County, thank goodness, we remain conservative. Will Cagle was elected. Thank goodness Dickerson was elected. The vote was about 70% conservative. Conservative Christian Republicans came out and voted, and we would like to invite you to get to know our candidates now who are running for Ball Ground City Council. We have a mayor candidate, and we have two more candidates, and it's interesting how this is going. So we'll see. But Cherokee County showed up and enforced last night. The average was about 70% Republican conservative votes to about 20-something% independents or the other route. So you never know how it's going to go, but get out and exercise your right to vote. It is your right in America to vote. So I'll see you again soon where rivers, mountains, and good friends meet. And don't forget, we're going right to YouTube. So share the YouTube with your friends and family, subscribe, and check out our older programs. We've got some stuff on there that's older than dirt. A little bit like me. I'll see you again soon. Bye, y'all.